Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Monday, April 1st, 2024. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you're safe and healthy. I hope your family is also safe and healthy. And that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field who walk along with the first responders every day, risking their lives to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries of things like people, food, water, mail for our convenience. Double blessings upon the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on those that actually profit from these things. And double curses on the perverts that create the demand for the industries of these things. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. There are nearly 600,000 men, women, and children and families homeless right now in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game at Madison Square Garden last night. The Knicks lost 113 to 112 on a last second shot by SGA. The game was lost. It's very simple. People like to trip, which is why I don't do programs immediately after a game. Because even I start tripping a little bit. I need to calm down before I start analyzing the game. But last night, it was very obvious how the Knicks lost this game. They lost this game at the free throw line. They shot 68%, which is below average for an NBA team from the free throw line. Now, why were they missing the free throw shots? It could be they're tired, that lack of focus, lack of concentration. I don't know what it is. Jalen Brunson actually missed 3 free throws down the stretch that could have won the game for the Knicks. This is the Oklahoma City Thunder. This team is number 1 in the West. This team is ready to compete for a championship right now. This team, I feel, is better than the Boston Celtics. So this team was really about as good as the Knicks are going to face coming into the playoffs. And it was a 1-point game. And it was lost on the free throw line. Now, the Knicks ended up shooting 34 free throws. Oklahoma shot 24 free throws. The Knicks were playing terrific defense and getting stops when they needed them. It was at that last second. And then, of course, Brunson put the Knicks ahead temporarily by 1 with his drive to the basket where he was fouled, where his foul should have been called, and it wasn't. These things do happen. And then, of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, with our best defender, Deuce McBride on him, shot a 15-footer, won the game for them. We had a chance at 1.8 seconds, but at that point, you're hoping. They did get a good look at the basket. Jalen Brunson did, went off the side of the rim. But the game was lost on the free throw line. When you have 2 good teams, which the Knicks and Oklahoma City are 2 good teams, free throws become critically important. Critically, okay? If you're blowing out a team, then you can miss free throws and still win the game. But when you are 2 evenly matched teams, which the Knicks and Oklahoma City are, they're very evenly matched. Free throws make a difference, okay? Now, of course, on the injury front, I'm getting a little concerned. I expected OG Anunoby to play yesterday. He didn't play. And then not only that, 2 things. Number 1, he hasn't taken contact. He hasn't been playing and getting contact. So I don't know when he's going to come back and if he's going to come back. That's a scary thought. Second, Josh Hart quoted after the game, we got to act like this is the team we have. And he's right. And in terms of, you can't be holding your breath hoping for the troops to come back. I've been doing that. A lot of us been doing that. They got to go with what they got. They got to go to war with what they got. Okay. Now, that being the case, I would like to get, and I'm really thinking Mitchell Robinson is just missed yesterday's game. I don't think it's going to be an extended absence for him. I expect him back against Miami. We need him at least. And the reason is last night we really had Precious Achua, Bogdanovich, and Burks on the bench. You need another defender on the bench. People keep crying stupidly for offense off the bench. It's not offense we're missing. Bogdanovich and Burks is not defenders. We need defense on the bench, which is why we need Mitchell Robinson back ASAP, as soon as possible. So I'm hoping he can return, and I'm very confident because he was just questionable yesterday, and so I'm hoping he returns against Miami on Tuesday. Another thing, right now in the league, every game, as I mentioned, is critical. Every game is critical, and a lot of teams are losing. They lose again. Cleveland, the Knicks, a lot of teams losing that need to win right now. Timberwolves lose. The Phoenix Suns. A lot of teams are losing games that need to win games right now. The Knicks are like all the rest of them. Now, the Knicks are still 7-3 in their last 10, though they lost 2 straight. Okay, so now what we're looking for an improvement on is free throw shooting. We need to make sure we hit our free throws going forward. I have no doubt that Jalen Brunson is not going to continue to miss free throws at the rate he missed them at yesterday. I'm very confident in Jalen Brunson to be able to do that. Deuce McBride was 3 for 3 yesterday from the free throw line. Just to mention, he was 3 for 3 from the free throw line. The Knicks out-rebounded the Thunder. See, for all of you that's going to come up and say how short they are, the Knicks out-rebounded the Thunder yesterday. 43 to 46. The Knicks won the rebound battle. Offensively, the Knicks had 15 offensive boards to the Thunder's 9. So it wasn't rebounding that lost us the game. It was free throws. Okay? The three-point shooting. That is the Thunder, shot 38% from 3, 13 of 34. The Knicks shot 30% from 3, 13 of 43. So both of them hit 13 3-pointers. Okay? So it wasn't the 3-point line that lost us the game. It was the free throws. The Knicks had 19 turnovers yesterday. They had 10 turnovers yesterday. The Thunder had 12 turnovers yesterday. So it wasn't turnovers that lost us the game. It was free throws. Okay? But on a positive note, like I said, Brunson was 4 of 8, 50% for an 85% shoot from the free throw line. You're not going to see that a lot, especially coming down the stretch. You're not going to see that a lot. Hartenstein was 5 of 7, which is good for him. Josh Hart was 5 of 6. DiVincenzo was 3 of 4. Deuce was 3 of 3. So it was Brunson who he took 25 shots yesterday. You're going to get that from him. He's going to take 25 shots. He took 47 shots Friday. That's no problem. But you got to hit your free throws. Okay, and he's capable. So I don't expect this problem to be persistent going forward is what I'm saying. In terms of the injuries, like I said, we really need Mitch Robb back of the 3. We already know now we're getting Julius back on April 5th this week. So we're going to have 2 of them back. That's going to help tremendously. Tremendously. Okay, so with just that. So you get Juju back at the 4. You got Precious, Mitch Robb. I don't know what they're going to do in terms of the bench. Are they going to bring Josh Hart off the bench, Deuce McBride, or DiVincenzo? I have a feeling it could be Hart or Deuce but probably Hart. Last night, Deuce played 46 minutes, and I had some knucklehead talking about, well, you're going to be tired of playing 40 minutes. Half the season, Deuce was playing less than 15 minutes a game. He's ready to play 40 minutes for the duration. Just let's get that out of our head right now. All of that bull crap about 40 minutes. He can go for the rest of the duration. He's fresh. And you can see it on the floor. Now, sometimes he does look a little tired. He did that on Friday night. But last night, homie looked fresh. He looked ready. 46 minutes, 19 points, 4 of 10 from the 3, 6 of 15 from the field, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, big steals too, 1 turnover, and really good defense on an first team all NBA point guard in SGA, who also scored 19. But and Deuce took 15 shots last night, which is I would like to see that continue. And then SGA took 16 shots. That was because SGA is he's as you all know, he's a tremendous player. And what I loved about what I saw last night with Deuce on him, he didn't force anything. He only took 16 shots. He didn't force anything. J-Dub had 18 shots. J-Dub was killing us last night. Now, that was on Hart and DiVincenzo, okay? J-Dub was killing us last night. all night. He was hitting big shot after big shot after big shot. So I'm expecting some improvements. And I did see some weakness on DiVincenzo's defense even Friday against the Spurs. He was a step slow, step late in the beginning of the game. He caught up later. But we got to come out the gate like gangbusters. So last night they started off the first quarter. I love the first quarter. 22-17. Nobody hit 30 points. Low scoring first quarter. The Knicks were leading by 5. Then at the half, the Knicks kind of let go. Oklahoma City came back, but the Knicks still was hanging on at that point, right? The third quarter, the Knicks took off, and then in the fourth quarter, Oklahoma City took off. See, this is what's going to happen when you have two evenly matched teams. And that's what you got. That's what you had last night. And that's what you expect a 1-point game. The Knicks could have won the game. They probably wouldn't have won more than 3 if they hit their free throws. Okay? It was still going to be a close game. So let's move on. Miami next. Okay? The Knicks, fortunately, that Cleveland also lost last night. See? Cleveland lost. So the Knicks are still half a game from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, now look at the schedule. Again, Cleveland, I think, has the immediate, more tougher schedule. Take a look here. So Cleveland right now, they're going to play they was at Denver and they lost last night. They're going to be tomorrow night at Utah, and that's part of a back-to-back on the road, at Utah, at Phoenix. So this is a good time for the Knicks to grind out a couple of W's. Now, of course, we don't got it easy either. We're playing Miami at Miami on Tuesday. It's all good. It's all on. This is this time of year. And I told y'all, this thing going to go all the way to April, to the end of the season. But I think we'll be good. Like I said, we're getting Mitch Rob back. We're getting Juju back. And I want to touch somebody. And then there's another. See, I spend a lot of my time trying to correct the BS that's on big platforms. Juju is not going to be 100%. But Juju at 80%. With Mitch Rob is enough to make the Knicks extremely formidable. Now, we'd be better when OG come back, and that's still a question mark. But there's no question Mitch Rob probably going to play tomorrow night, and Ju going to play on April 5th. Okay? That's happening. So we just got to grind. We got a squad. But when you add those two to it, we got a juggernaut. Okay? So I'm not worried long-term this season. Long term is 2 weeks now. I'm not worried about the Knicks. I'm not worried about them for the playoffs because we will have those two guys and hopefully OG as well. I have a feeling maybe they just resting OG, for the playoffs. But I'd like to see him get a few games in here. But they've already declared Juju April 5th. And now Mitch Rob was questionable yesterday. He just said he's going to be back, I'm pretty sure, against Miami. So here we go. Let's go with what we got. Let's roll with the crew. Those two being added to us means that we have better defense coming off the bench with Mitch Rob, Precious, and either Hart, Deuce, DiVincenzo. We got better defense coming off the bench. That's going to be very important. Some of y'all get too caught up in offense. This is time to win chips. Chips are won on the defensive end. So you got to focus on who's playing defense. Okay? Burks and Bodega 44, they can't play no defense, period. They look better. They're trying harder, but they're not Hart. They're not Precious. They're not Mitch Rob. And they damn sure not Deuce on defense. Yet we got all those guys. Okay? And you if you think they playing in Juju's place, stop drinking. So that's what I'm saying. We got enough dudes. We just need them all back. So now against Miami, let's get this W, baby. It's time for us to get this thing going here. So forget this game. It's over. Let's move forward. We just lost against a really good team. Friday we lost. We was down in the middle of nowhere in San Antonio and started off slow. And Wanyama had a game. And there we go. Okay. So this time we're going against Miami. Miami right now, Miami is a half a game from the 6th seed. Okay, they're half a game from 60. They won 2 in a row. They're 41-33. They want to get this W because if they can win against us, they'll be tied with Indiana for the 6th seed. That's what they're looking for. It's going to be on. And we, of course, are looking for the 3rd seed. It's going to be on. Every game is on right now, especially in the top 8 of the East. its own. And then in the top three of the West, they battling. Oklahoma City now half a game up on Denver. Denver wants that game back. See, it's going to be on all the way to the end of the season. It's exciting basketball, and we're seeing good basketball. I like to watch Oklahoma City. That was when they were rebuilding. I had them on my league pass favorites because I knew they was going to come back. Here they are, okay, and they play basketball the right way. So do the Knicks. So let's say we meet again in the finals. Y'all enjoy your Monday. Shalom.